babe, wanna leave this town. I'm saying, whatever, if you wanna go, I'm down.
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
One day you'll die. Welcome back to... Let's see, what's this game called? Okay. Welcome back to Smoke and Mirrors. This is our finale episode where we get to see Gizzard at 80 years old. With us again are Pan playing Giz, Tanya as Ryse, and Static as Marie Bell, also known as Illusionista. For this session, we are in the amazing year of 2025, where we're rejoining our three magicians. So, for the second game of this of Wizard Springs, I just kind of rehashed the same three roles that you all made in the first session. To describe why the PrestoCon this year is important to each of you. So those reasons were: you embarrassed yourself last year. You had a terrible premonition, and someone close to you died here last year. So I'm going to cycle through those again. So this year, Giz had a terrible premonition. We've already seen that happen.
Seems fairly obvious.
Yes. So Gizzard saw
What
the...
What again is the name of our queen that we had last week? I never
just
wrote it
about
down.
to say it. The Gizzard
Oh,
saw
sorry.
the face of the astonishing Antoinette, just as she had always been, talking to him as an old man and saying, wrote it down, "Don't worry, one day you'll die." So that's what happened to Giz. Antoinette is the person I was talking about. Marie Bell embarrassed herself last year, and someone close to Ryse died last year, in 2024. So I don't have any questions for Ryse about that, because I know who the someone close to Ryse is. So, Marie Bell, how did you embarrass yourself and die last year?
I'm not entirely sure the two are connected,
Okay.
but they very well may be. I embarrassed myself by finally getting caught stealing someone's room.
Amazing.
It took decades, but they finally caught me. And I wouldn't be surprised if the person who caught me was a less than reputable magician who decided to take that insult into their own hands. And maybe led to my mysterious demise.
Okay, so we don't know what happened.
We don't entirely know what happened, but we do know that I ended up falling off the third story.
Ooh.
Not a great way to go.
No. Before that happened, did you get in some trouble with Marcus Williams, the general manager of the Grand Merlin Hotel?
Oh yeah, 100%. It was a big thing in the lobby. It turns out he had hired like a person dedicated to the booking this year because he was getting so tired of it just being messed up every single year. This person, I'm gonna say Margaret, really good at her job. So they caught me, and I received an ironically lifelong ban from staying at the hotel.
Tragic.
Mhm.
Right. So that's why this year at the con is important to everyone. So, Reese, what's been up with Reese for the past 20 years, and probably more importantly, just the last year? We last saw Reese and Marie heading off to dinner together. So maybe this is a question for both of you. What became of Reese and Marie? No boy and illusionista.
Great question. I think probably he was coming out of his hypno boy stage. Maybe he was going to change to, I don't know, hypno man.
Yeah.
Mhm, mhm. 30s is about the time to do that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think maybe he changes his name, um, maybe more to like hypno freak or something like that. But
That is very 2000s.
Yeah.
it really is. Um, did you so Marie Bell is dead?
Yeah. She fell from the third story.
Okay. Well, let me roll to see what type of person Reese would be after being given a shot to go to dinner.
Hmm.
He either was normal or he asked you to marry him between like second and third course.
Oh, I love this.
All right.
Mm,
Is this a 50-50?
yeah, pretty
Okay.
much. That's Reese. It's all or nothing. We'll do was it 3 or under? That's normal. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
What was
okay.
it?
It was a 6.
Yay!
Um, yeah, so Reese goes out. He's super excited. He's waited a long time, and he is polite and nice, but he's certainly someone who seems to not understand how to date. Because you were probably his very first ever date, and he's harbored a love for you for a long time. So yeah, I think like at dinner, he asks you to marry him with a ring, by the way,
Oh
that
my
he ha-
god.
that he's had for let's say 5 years.
Oh, honey.
Yeah,
I
that's how that
think
first date goes.
I think Marie, knowing him as she has known him for as long as she has known him, would have said yes, but then demanded that they have at least a year-long engagement and he has to ask her again at the end of the year. And
Okay.
she probably would have done that to him for 3 years before finally actually agreeing to marry him.
Interesting. Um, I'm gonna roll again to see if he catches on to that. And he probably doesn't.
Probably not.
Um, I think he does catch on, but it doesn't change his resolve to stay with you. Like I think he's happy that you just want to be with him.
Oh, sweet summer child, never change.
So cute. I'm obsessed
So
with this relationship.
Will Giz officiate the wedding?
Yes.
wait, so they do get married several
Yeah,
years
no, I
later?
think, several years later, I think she finally realized, like, no, this could work,
Okay.
uh, and does agree to marry him for realsies.
You could do
Um,
worse.
She did do worse. She has an ex.
Yeah,
yeah,
true.
that's right. So then if all of that happens, then what's the time? So you died last year for me,
Yeah.
like for Reese. Okay. So
Wow.
yeah, I'm gonna say this is probably a rough year for Reese.
Ugh.
Um, yeah. Uh,
This is
and
like
I
what
think,
Giz's first year was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and I think
I
he would probably like want to come back to see Giz.
I do
Yeah.
like the implication that this means that Marie has been stealing both of their rooms for at least a decade now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Reese is I think Reese has been really happy, you know? He was really happy all the way up until last year when
Mm.
his wife died. Um and since then I think he has been kind of listless in general, like not really sure what to do. Because I don't think he's still Hypno Man. I don't think he's still doing magic on the circuit quite as regularly. You know, you got a lot of new kids coming up. Um, and so I think maybe he's kind of having a bit of a identity crisis, and he's kind of trying to be like Giz was years ago, with who became his idol. So he's kind of
Oh,
trying to get back into the magic scene, but like with glitzy suits and like he wears maybe a big old cowboy hat. Um, yeah.
Sparkly suit, Giz.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
he did know how to grab an audience's attention.
For sure.
Yeah. What's been up with Gizzard for the past 20 years?
Well, he continued performing, but he has gotten older, so he's not quite as dexterous or fast anymore. So he's kind of like gotten a little less into the magic scene, and now he, as the reptile industry kind of blew up in like the early 2000s, um, he got more into like trading and teaching how to take care of and train reptiles, as well as like advising people in the South Florida how to like capture or get rid of your gator problem. Like he is Mr. Lizard um in his neighborhood.
Did he
So,
have a did he have a show on like Animal Planet or something like that for a while?
oh, for sure. Yes.
His
Like,
connections from Fright of Hand.
yes. Yep. He definitely had a show for a minute where they followed him around and he would like check on like baby hatchlings and like also like go on gator hunts with like the guys from the gator hunting show and like Duck Dynasty. He'd visit those guys sometimes. Like he's
Nice crossover.
the lizard man who just like
He was on
appears
Ice Road Truckers one time for some
one
reason.
time and he was like, I hate everything about this. My bones hurt because of how cold it is. His lizard was not too pleased to be there either.
Oh no.
Oh, no, not at all. Uh, Good for
But yeah,
Giz.
he's doing great. He cannot retire because he does not know how to save money, but he is having a grand old time.
Good. Um, and how were those 20 years for Marie until her untimely death?
They're very good and very wholesome. I like to imagine that she kind of steered Reese away from the obvious petty crime question mark that he was doing.
Mhm.
And I don't know, maybe Tanya, you can let me know if there's a thing Reese would do. They could do like some of the private investigation stuff together. Just be a
Yeah, that makes sense.
cute little magic couple traveling around solving crimes. You know, enjoy
Imagine
that.
it was a lot of work trying to convince Reese to be subtle.
I think she eventually learned that the less subtle he is, the easier life is for her.
Oh yeah,
So she
good
just
point.
encouraged the you keep their attention. I'm gonna go off over here.
It was the master distractor.
hmm So maybe Reese actually got her into a little bit of crime.
You love to see it.
You do. The family that crimes together.
It's balance. Love the balance. So, after Giz had this remembering what happened in 1964 and some kind of realization that a long forgotten or long in the past premonition was going to come true, what's his how's he coming into PrestoCon this year?
Uh, Real cautious, like, um, because he's nervous now. He's at the age that he remembers in his vision. So he's like, oh, but like, who's gonna look after Dinah when I die? And like, I got so many shows still to guest appear on. And he's worried about the kid because the kid's going through something difficult right now. Like, who's gonna be there on the phone for him anymore? And that kind of stuff. So he's like coming because like he feels like it's his duty because the last couple of times that something crazy happened at the convention the next year, there was a big save the world moment. So he feels like he's gotta go, but at the same time he's real nervous.
All right. Is not Hypno Man, but is Ryse performing this year?
I'm gonna say yes, but it's not his usual act. Um, I'm gonna say it's more of like a because I think he went from like hypnosis and cards and doing like wild like stunts with audience members, so like getting the audience involved. But in the last year, he hasn't really felt like doing those types of things. And so I think this year he he's like gonna do a performance, but it's gonna be something he's never done before. Maybe something that has to do with something that actually doesn't have to do with his ability,
Okay.
like escaping. And he's kind of touting that as like, come see a show, because you know what I think a lot of people know what he does and see something you've never seen before.
Interesting. I was worried he was going to be doing some kind of like sad magic, like a sad one-man magic show.
That would be great. That'd be really sad. And that might be what it is.
It might
We
be,
don't
but not
know. Yeah.
intentionally. Okay. Well, Giz and Ryse, I'm going to say you both end up getting to Wizard Springs, Wisconsin later than you had planned on. However, you were getting there, uh, things just weren't going right. Like if you had a car and you were driving, it broke down in a little town, you had to wait for it to get fixed. If you were taking a bus, like there was some kind of mix up and you got redirected to a different city and both of you just get there late. So PrestoCon starts usually with like a big party on Thursday night. That didn't happen this year. Over the past few years, the con has been kind of becoming less and less well attended, less well funded, less popular in general. It's sort of shrinking. Definitely from its glory days in the 80s, it's been on a decline for a while. It got very commercial in the 2000s, and now it's kind of the same folks who've always been going get together again. Doesn't really draw too many new people, and a lot of Gizzard's old friends who've been there forever have been either getting so old that they stop coming or getting so old that they stop living. And it's a smaller affair lately. Uh, Maybe a little sad for those who've been going every year, but they didn't do the Thursday evening get together, so it's just starting on Friday now. And I think you both get there in the evening on Friday. I'll say Ryse is there first, which is different than the past, at least the past games we've played, where Gizzard is always there ahead of time. So,
Mhm.
Where do you think when Gizzard finally comes in, where does he run into Ryse?
In the lobby, if it hasn't changed much, he is actually standing where when he met Giz for the first time, where
Hmm.
he first saw Marie over by the in line. He's
Yeah.
just kind of staring at line. He's not in line, he's just staring at it with his hands in his pockets, kind
Mm,
of not really paying attention to anything else around him.
Yeah, the lobby is very much like it's always been. Big open grand space. Lots of stone. There's a balcony up above, the grand staircase curving down into the space. There's the little reception desk, and not too much of a line at this point, but a few people checking in. I think some people have probably passed by and said hello uh, to Ryse as he's been waiting there, and just waiting by one of the little sofas that's set out there. That's very. I'll say it's probably not the same sofa from 1985, but it's been there for a while. It's a little bit out of fashion, a little bit dusty, moth-eaten, but still looking okay. At a glance, you wouldn't know. And yeah, Giz walks through the doors.
yep. I got my alligator on a leash, and I walk in, and me and Donna, oh, Donna, what a crazy road that was. I shake off all the rain now, Donna. Give a nice roll over. That's a girl. Yeah, get all that nice wet on the carpet instead of on you. Good girl. That's a good girl.
Are you
All
walking in
right.
with an alligator?
Oh, yeah. They know me
Okay.
here, though. So, oh, and when I see the kid, his face gets like real bright and happy for a second, and then he looks at the kid's wedding ring, and his face falls a little, and he just goes over, gives the kid a big hug.
I think you might be like a little shorter than me now.
For sure.
I think I let you hug me, but I put my hand like on your shoulder, but it kind of also have my hand is on your head. Hey, Giz.
Hey, kid. It's nice to see you.
Thanks. I'm 51, but
Still a whippersnapper. I could really chase them gators when I was your age. Knees aren't so good no more.
well, you seem to be keeping up with Donna,
This is Dinah.
Dinah.
Yeah, she's a good one. Yes, I love her so much. Yes, I do. Here,
Kinda
have
gives you
another burger.
a big toothless alligator smile.
Are you supposed to be feeding that type of stuff to an alligator?
Well, not exactly, but she can't rightly eat like normal alligator stuff. Her teeth are all not there, just like mine. We're a good pair. She's also real old now.
Well, he'll pet her on the snout. Almost looks like a good girl.
So, how's it looking here, kid?
Uh, it's a bit slim in here this year, but hopefully I'll have a full house for my show.
Oh, you're doing a show. That's how I got through my year after Illusion Blaze, you know. It's good to get back on the horse, son.
Yeah,
Well,
I
the
remember that.
gator.
It'll I think it'll be something.
Yeah? Doing something special? You always did have that crazy talent.
Yeah, it'll be special.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, there happens to be a show that's just started up in the main ballroom. The Wonder Twins are performing. They've been around for a while. Those were the two magicians who were on stage in the Fright of Hand live show when things kind of went off the rails 20 years ago. One of the Wonder Twins quit pretty soon after that and was replaced by Doris, formerly the Dragon Lady, who was King Gizzard's ex-girlfriend.
Oh yeah. I forgot about
I
her.
thought, okay, we'll go to the show. Um, and as we're going, I thought they were supposed to be twins.
Well, I think it's more about the presentation.
All right.
Yeah, they were never actually sisters. Is Ryse still like not fully on board with the like dishonesty of magic
Yeah.
performance?
Yeah. He still doesn't. I think he's gotten a little bit more used to it, but he still doesn't like it.
Right. Yeah, so I think Gizzard and Dinah probably need to take the elevator up to the second floor. I don't see that alligator going up the grand stairway.
No, she can come down them real good, like a slip and slide.
Right? So you both go up, all three of you go upstairs and go into the grand ballroom. It's very much like it always was, big open space. It is indeed grand and very classical looking. Lots of circular tables set up throughout the space. Not all of them full as they might have been in previous years. The lights are low. Lots of people sitting around the tables, having a little drink, watching the show. And up on stage, you see the Wonder Twins in their really still in their sparkly, the same thing they did 20 years ago. Sparkly tuxedos, very much in the old school magician shtick, but very sparkly, going through their performance. They look, well, they're much older now, but you wouldn't even immediately pick out that it was Doris up there instead of the original Wonder Twin. But I think Gizzard knows. He's probably heard about that switch. It's been going on for a while. But they're doing a pretty traditional magician act. They're pulling things out of hats and disappearing objects and things like that. Do you find a seat?
Yeah.
Yep. If we can't find a seat, I just sit on top of Dinah.
You can definitely
He's
find a
real
seat.
big.
There are lots of empty spaces. You can sit pretty much wherever you want.
I'm definitely taking the aisle seat though, so that she can sit with me.
Okay. I mean, it's just tables set up around the room, so there's space in between them.
Oh, okay.
Well, the Wonder Twins announced their next trick that they're going to do is the classic. They're going to disappear an audience member, and they call out to the audience and ask for a volunteer. One of them kind of coming up to the stage and bantering a little bit and kind of trying to select the person from a few people who are raising their hands. And the other one goes back behind the curtain and pulls out a very old disappearing cabinet that has been there for a long time. It's just an old prop that's been left there backstage for who knows how long. They pull that forward. Are either of you volunteering?
Do I recognize it?
Give me a mind roll.
Oh no, I'm no
No, that's
good
not great for
at
you. Let's see.
that. That's just a D6, right? Or a
D10.
D10.
Yeah, it would be good if it was a D6. You want to get equal to or under. You have a 3 in mind.
My mind is 3. Yes. D10. Oh, Oh, I got a 4.
Oh,
So that's above my mind. Is that you got a
no.
hit or below, right?
Yeah, yeah. So it's close. It probably looks familiar, but you're not placing it.
That looks familiar.
I mean, it kind of looks like a lot of different, or a lot of magic disappearing boxes that you've seen. It's
It's
big and
probably
black,
nothing.
has some like brightly colored shapes, kind of faded paint painted on the front and the sides of it. So they choose an audience member, probably another sort of amateur magician who comes up on stage and they put him into the box, say their words, tap their wands, they do their whole routine, spin it around, and open it up. And in the disappearing box is Marie Bell.
What?
What?
Now now that's a magic trick I ain't never seen.
Reese
Eh,
is up out of his chair and clambering onto the stage.
Yeah. So, Marie, you've spent a year in this strange, it's hard to know if you can even call it a place. A lot of times it's darkness. Sometimes it feels like you're in a narrow corridor. You can hear voices sometimes. One voice in particular, a woman, very commanding, charismatic. Uh, but time doesn't make sense. You're not sure if you're sleeping or awake, and like, were you just in one place and now you're another? Very confusing, very hard to keep track of. But what you know is you are here on the stage at PrestoCon in the Grand Merlin Hotel to announce the triumphant return of the astonishing Antoinette. For tonight, she will perform her final trick, which was interrupted years ago, swallowing the sun.
Oh.
And one thing I want you to do is, from your mind and body, some combination, move 4 of your trait points into magic.
Oh no.
Oh
Uh
wow.
you know what? Let's just do 2 and 2.
Okay. You're different now. I mean, it's you, but I mean, like your body fell and died, and it was taken away, and I don't know, cremated or buried or something like that. And now you're back. But why, how, and you can decide kind of what you look like at this point. Um, I mean, are you Marie Bell as she looked last year? Are you Marie Bell as she looked in 1985?
I think prior to that shift, uh Marie had a pretty high mind score.
Hmm.
Um so I'm going to take that as she knows herself and who she was fairly well. Um she has not struck me as someone who lied to herself often. So I think that she kind of reappears just as she was right before she died.
And
Whoa.
you see crowd of people. You see 2 astonished performers staring at you from either side of this box that you just walked out of. You see your husband clambering forward through the crowd toward the stage, and you know that you have an announcement to make.
How am I feeling about this announcement? Am I excited about it?
It's almost like one of Ryse's hypnotic suggestions. Like, you don't have a choice. You have to announce it, and it doesn't matter how you feel about it.
Okay.
You don't even really know what it means.
And her name's the Astounding Antoinette?
Astonishing.
Astonishing Antoinette. Gotta get it right. So I
Yes.
think, yeah, I think she'll just kind of like step out of the box, do one of those very like magician-y poses, Be like, ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between, do I have exciting news for you? You're just in time for the, oh shoot, it's astonishing?
Astonishing, yeah.
Mhm.
Astonishing Antoinette's final trick. You've been waiting for so long, and the wait is over. Let's see if our queen can swallow the sun.
Oh no, no, it can't be.
Yeah, I think now Giz recognizes the box.
That's not good. Uh, no, no, this trick can't happen. It can't. We have to stop the trick.
Yeah, Ryse, you arrive at the stage.
Like clambering on top of people, not taking the side stairs. I'm literally like huffing over the stage to get up on the stage. And I don't even think he's really like he actually heard anything she said. I think as
Sure.
soon as he saw her, he was just kind of like beelining. Um, and so right now he's just trying to get to her.
And I think the crowd in general is sort of not sure what to make of all of this, because it looks like a trick happened or something. It looks intentional, but those people in the crowd who know Marie, and there are definitely many of them, are a little freaked out, confused. Was the death thing all a hoax? Is this someone dressed up as her? What is going on? So there's lots of just sort of muttering among the crowd that's there in the room.
Um, Giz is gonna stand up and run as fast as he can after Reese, and just kind of be like, Reese, don't get in that cabinet. Don't do it. Don't.
And I think now that Marie has delivered her announcement, you're just free to do whatever you want. You definitely are probably feeling a little weird being in a body again.
Do I see Reese?
Yeah.
Is he wearing a cowboy hat?
Yeah.
I think all weird feelings leave her the second she sees that hat, and she's like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, if he can reach her and nothing stops him, he's gonna just embrace her.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think yeah, nothing's gonna stop you.
yeah, she hugs him right back, and then cannot resist saying, "Howdy, partner."
I think he's just gonna rip the hat off and look you like dead in the eyes. He's kind of like holding on either side of your shoulders. And he's just gonna like, is this a trick?
I have no idea. I'm not in on
Uh,
it if
he's
it is.
he's gonna look over at the twins, and I think he's gonna have that same veracity of anger and fear he had years ago when he told an entire audience to protect
Hmm.
Marie. And he's just going, but he's gonna say it a little calmer. He's not gonna yell it, but he's gonna look at them and ask them the same question. But obviously, he's wanting them to focus in on him. Is this a trick?
Are you using like magic hypnosis here, or is this just an intense question?
I think he is, yeah. And this time, unlike last time where it was kind of a mistake, he's doing it purposefully.
Okay. Let's roll for it, just for fun.
Mhm. I got a one.
All right.
My
Uh,
my mind is a seven.
that'll work. Um, so I think they were like they were also confused, and one of them probably was looking a little like angry and was about to say something about y'all like stepping on their toes because this is their act, but they just both like snap um into this sort of passive state, wide-eyed. And what was it that you asked them?
Is this a trick?
I keep forgetting the name of the ex-girlfriend, Doris.
Yep.
And you don't know which one is which. She speaks. She says, "This was supposed to be a trick. It's supposed to be our trick." I think you also hear the audience member who was put into the box from like behind his kind of muffled voice is like, are you gonna bring me back out of here or what?"
At this point, does Giz get to the stage?
Yeah, I think Giz is probably like limping up the stairs.
Okay, he's definitely gonna, well, quick say hello. Hello. Yeah, I'm so glad you're back, but also we gotta destroy this thing. And he goes to the cabinet and like rips open the door and pulls the audience member out, and then just starts absolutely using all the magic in his body to try to destroy this down to smithereens.
And Ryse wants to
Okay.
try and stop him.
Okay. Okay. How are we gonna resolve that? I would say if it was just Giz trying to destroy it, then like Reese is definitely stronger than this 80-year-old man.
But I
Probably.
have such a good body rating.
He is from Florida.
Yeah, I think you have still a better body rating than me.
Yeah.
I have a
But
7.
you're also using magic, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He is convinced this is going to bring back the astonishing Antoinette, and he has to stop that from happening.
Okay. So, just slowing it down with Gizzard heading toward the box, what is Reese doing to stop him?
I think he lets him go to the box and like take the man out because he doesn't
Mhm.
exactly know what he's doing. But as soon as he sees him try to do something that he thinks will harm the box, I mean, obviously Reese's first reaction is Marie just stepped out of it. We don't
Mhm.
know if she's connected to it somehow. So like and so I think he's just gonna reactively try to grab him, like pretty much around the shoulders, like in a bear hug, because he's bigger than him, but
Mhm.
probably not as strong actually. But yeah, he's
Yeah, I
gonna
don't
do that.
think you can physically restrain him, but that, I mean, Anne can decide what Giz does when that happens.
He is also
Uh,
trying to like talk over you while you're like screaming, "We need to destroy this thing." He's like, "Wait, wait, 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 wait. What if it's like just take a second. Marie just came out of it. Does is this is like if you destroy it, do you accidentally destroy her? Like I think we need to think about this for a second."
okay, I have a proposal then. Uh, since you're trying to convince me and I'm trying to like overpower to destroy, can we do like a contested role? Like my body versus your mind or something like that? See if you convince me or not
I think that'll
to like
work.
pause. Just
Okay,
roll a
are we both
j-
using magic?
well, I was for sure using magic to break stuff.
Okay, I think if I'm like whirled up and I know and I probably know that you're stronger than me, even though you're older than me, because I'm trying to protect Marie, I would also try to like beef up so that I could hold you.
You want to have the Wonder Twins grab him?
Yeah.
Since you kind of already have them.
Yeah. I'll literally yell to them, hold them so that we can all like pile on you.
Oh,
How many 50-some-year-olds does it take to restrain one 80-year-old Florida man?
Let's find out. Let's go ahead and do that roll and see.
so am I rolling with my body then?
Yeah, and we'll go with like distance under the target as kind of
Okay.
who wins that
I got a 3.
Oh, I
out of.
got a 1.
Okay,
The answer is more than 3.
yeah,
Yeah, because my body's a 7, so that's
okay.
6
Mm.
under.
What's Reese's mind?
My
It's not
mind
9.
is a 7. Yeah,
Okay,
it's not a 9 anymore. So that's only 4 under.
yeah. So yeah, so I think that it
They
doesn't
cannot
work.
hold back the Florida man.
Uh, Power of the Florida man. I think he just like throws all 3 people off. So the answer to the question, how many 50 somethings does it take to restrain an 80-year-old, the world may never know.
As it should be.
But yeah, you start kicking. I mean, what are you doing to break this thing?
So I'm tearing it apart with my bare hands,
Okay.
honestly, and my walking stick. I do have a walking stick. Um, so and like the kid did convince me like a little bit, just that like he deserves an explanation. And I'm
Mm,
just as I'm pulling it apart, like yelling back at him, "You don't understand. The astonishing Antoinette cannot return. Remember how I couldn't remember? I remember now. We have to keep the world together. She'll destroy the world. She cannot return. She was evil beyond evil." As I'm like tearing the thing apart, hoping that her magic won't return through this box.
okay. It's it's old, but it's well made. It's like good quality hardwood, polished and lacquered, but you
Do you want me
bust the
to make
door off of
a
it. No, you already.
sacrifice through the
Nah, I think you're good.
to destroy this box?
I think you're good. I think you're good with the roll that you made.
Okay.
It's not real, not really looking like stage magic anymore. It's like a raging out old dude. But you bust off the
Crazy
door
Florida
of it.
man.
You break the joints and knock the walls off. Pull out the like inside door from the hidden space in the back, and it just starts to fall into pieces onto the ground. And yeah, it's in bits, and Marie's fine, luckily.
And I spit on it. "You will not return, Antoinette. Not over my dead body."
Reese Reese looks at Giz and then looks at Marie and he's just kind of like, who's Antoinette?
Do I have any idea?
I don't think so.
I
He's
have
a voice in the darkness.
I
Ooh, ooh.
have no idea.
And I'll turn
It's,
to the two and say, "Once upon a time, many years ago, when I was
no,
very
no,
handsome,"
Giz,
and then
Uncle Giz.
blah blah blah
We don't
blah.
I don't think we have time for this story.
Flashback. Oh, okay. Cliff notes. That's a thing. Cliff notes. When I was very young, I worked for a mysterious woman, and she practiced dark magic, the kind that we do not permit here because of its horrible origins and the sacrifices that must be made to continue this magic. And on our very first meeting here at this very hotel, she attempted to swallow the sun and end all life on earth as we know it. She cannot return. That's it. That's the whole story. Oh, and then I met Blizz, and we lived happily ever after for a while.
Okay. So this woman brought Marie back for no reason?
I honestly, that's a really good question that I did not think through very well. Um, how are you feeling, Marie?
Um, Now that I've made that announcement, fine, I think.
Do you? I'm gonna like put my hand over my mouth. Do you have your superpowers?
I
I
think
think so.
around this time, the MC comes up on stage and like has a microphone and is like, "Well, all right, folks. It seems like we're having some technical problems. Let's give it up for the Wonder Twins. Maybe we'll catch up with the rest of their act a little later on when we've worked out whatever's going on here. Let's take an intermission and come back for more magic and mystery."
Oh yeah, and later see the kids show. It's gonna be crazy.
Uh, he kind of looks a little nervous now as he looks to Marie and Giz. Let's go somewhere and talk about what's going on to make sure that whoever this woman is, if she's dangerous, she doesn't come back for, you know, what she just gave us. If she's not coming back,
Okay.
Good plan. And gonna take Reese's hand and probably never ever let go of it.
Aw.
And the MC is probably like, "Oh, what the hell's going on? There's this another act. There wasn't anything in the notes about this."
Marie just is like, oh, it's just insurance fraud, and then walks away.
All right, where are you all going?
Is the bar still open?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go there.
Oh, I think I could definitely use a drink.
Me
Yeah, I could
too.
also use a drink. I think we could all use a
Destroying
drink.
evil magic boxes does take it out of you.
Yeah, that's the most exciting thing that's happened today, Giz.
Well, I mean, also hello, Marie. You look lovely.
Oh, thank you, Giz. Let me just say how delighted I am to see that you've outlived me.
I'm a little confused about how this magic even works. I mean, this is real. I'm gonna assume we're at the bar at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, we can just jump to the bar.
Oh yeah, can we touch her? Can you? Are you solid?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
believe the two of them are holding hands.
That's what
Oh, I'm still gonna poke her a couple times.
I understand. Get it out of your system.
Giz,
Nope, solid there too.
Watch it.
what type of magic is this? I've never seen anything like this before.
Oh, it's black magic.
Right. What does that mean?
Oh, well, you know the kind in fairy tales where the evil queen sucks the life out of some poor, helpless being and then lives forever. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Okay,
Oh,
but
but
life got put back.
right,
Right,
Wait,
which is very odd.
right.
do I have,
Not her normal stick.
do I have a pulse?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can I and like I can drink and everything?
Yeah, you're not a ghost. You've got a body. You feel definitely like weaker, a little foggy.
I
Do
bet.
you have your superpowers?
Can I see if I can like sort of like sleight of hand his beer away from him with
Yeah.
magic?
Yeah, yeah, what does that look like?
Uh I think being a year dead and rusty, she's like, I don't know, let me find out. Oh shoot, look over there. And like points at the bar and then like swaps his drink with like the salt shaker or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it works. I mean, of course it doesn't it doesn't look like real magic. It looks like you just did a magic trick, but But you know that you did it.
Yeah, seems to be mostly working. I mean, I don't know if I can do the big stuff yet, and I feel a little fuzzy. I don't know if I should try until we figure out how I got here.
Well,
Is
you look a
your
little fuzzy too, but that might be that I don't have my glasses.
it's definitely because you don't have your glasses, kids.
What's Marie's magic trait at now?
7.
Okay. So I think you also feel like a charge. Like you can feel the magic.
That's cool. Is it like...
Is your
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was like, so is it like kind of like a static electricity feeling?
Yeah. Like static electricity in your veins, almost.
And like, can I feel it sort of in the air around me in the hotel, or like coming
Yeah.
specifically from Giz and Ryse?
I think you can feel it everywhere, but you could probably feel it more strongly from Giz and Ryse. Kind of swirling around them.
I think then she's still definitely holding on to one of Ryse's hand. I think with her other hand, she's just kind of like smoothing it over like things, just like a couple inches above them, trying to figure out like where the current starts.
Okay.
Oh, that's weird.
What?
Was it always like, can you... I might have forgot what it was like. Can you always like can you feel like that charge? It's
Well, I mean, I don't know if we should talk about this in front of kids.
not that one. I know that one's still there. No, but like
I don't
it's
feel anything different, if that's what you're asking.
huh. I don't remember this. Was this what it was like?
What?
Huh. It's like there's so much magic here. You can just feel it. She might look a little bit manic.
Am I able to look in her eyes and kind of see and kind of figure out if she's like all there?
Give me a mind roll.
Ugh, 8.
I I think that you want so badly for her to be all there that it just seems like exactly like the last time you saw her.
Mm, okay. Then he'll kind of put a hand on your shoulder and just kind of nod. He's like, "Yeah. Yeah, I feel it too."
Can I feel what she's talking about? Like, is there a surge of magic here this year as opposed to previous years?
What's Gizzard's magic rating at?
My magic rating is a 4, so it's higher than my mind.
Yeah. I think you can always feel it a little bit, and it feels the same. It feels this way kind of everywhere. You feel it a little bit more when you're with these two friends, but yeah, it feels normal.
Well, magic feels kind of buzzy in general, so I'd say it's a shame, but maybe because you've seen the other side, you have more of it.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah. This is great. He kind of says as he kind of looks around, haunted.
Yep, case closed. Great game, everybody.
Are all fine and dandy.
Everything's fine.
So
Yeah.
happy we have our friend back.
Yeah.
I think you're all probably getting like some glances from a few other people in the bar too. There maybe isn't anybody that you like know, but there are people that you see here every year, or that you've seen some years. You wouldn't know their names, but you recognize their faces.
We might want to get a story together of how all of this happened. I mean, other than the truth, obviously.
That might be a tough one to explain. I kind of like the insurance fraud idea.
I mean,
Well, that might be a bad idea.
could wind you up in jail.
My love, if you've
Well,
insurance fraud while I've been dead.
we don't technically have any money left. So,
Oh, rough year?
hmm, we can talk about this later. Um, I don't want to bring down the mood.
Yeah, I think you
He's
going
clearly invested in some very good, sparkly pieces for his show. I know that those cost a pretty penny,
oh
as I used to invest in such wonderful merchandise.
tell me you did not spend all of our money on bedazzled cowboy hat.
Well, I mean, it's actually it kind of comes as a whole package. You get like a hat and a fake holster and boots. And boots are very expensive. You get the good
Right.
quality ones.
That's just a great investment.
And the spurs. And I did get a horse. I don't ride the horse,
We have a
but
horse?
yeah, her name's Jelly.
Oh,
Yep,
where are you
precious.
keeping her?
I kind of rent a stable, a couple of miles, a couple of towns over. Quite
Oh,
expensive.
right.
Yeah.
I've always kind of wanted a horse.
Great.
I offered to get him a gator, but he was not as interested in that.
Well, I can't imagine why not. If the
I
choice
know,
is
they're just so sweet, aren't you, Dinah? Just the
oh,
sweetest thing. This is
Dinah,
Dinah.
Dinah makes an alligator noise. I don't know what alligators sound like.
They're like this.
hmm
All right, she
I
does
just kind of
that.
like lean down and like put my hand under her chin and be like, oh, you're just so roly-poly and cute.
Yes. I think reptiles are particularly adorable when they are a bit roly-poly. I know it's not good for them, but they're just so stinking cute.
Oh, she's just living her best life.
Maybe that's why the other people in the bar were staring at you. But you you hear voices from another table. I mean, they'd been chatting with each other all along, but the tone changes a little bit to a tone of excitement, interest, and you hear a name that you haven't heard in a while. You hear them say the name Louis Lux.
Wasn't he in jail for something?
No, he died.
What?
Here.
And you hear these like a couple of younger folks. I mean, everybody's younger to you guys now, but 20 somethings who are here at the con. You hear them get up and be like, "Oh yeah, we should go check it out." And they stand up and kind of gather their stuff and start leaving the bar.
Now, Louis Lux has been gone for 20 years.
Giz,
But
you
we never
you said something about dark magic being bad and whatnot.
Yeah.
What's the bad part about bringing people back to life?
Well, something else has to go. Like it's an exchange. All magic is an exchange. There's no energy is created or destroyed. So if a life is brought back, something else has to die. So there might be some dead bodies in some closets.
Oh, a lot of them, I think. A lot of us have died here, and we've never really left.
Wait, you're
Wait,
saying
what?
you never left this hotel?
I don't think so.
Were you conscious this whole year?
No. I don't think so.
Well, that might mean that everybody who's ever passed away in this hotel has just been sitting here and she's been using that energy to give her power. That could be world ending.
Well, then why would she give that energy back?
I don't know.
So you see these three guys get up and leave the bar, and they're heading across the lobby toward the stairs, heading up toward the ballroom.
Maybe it's presentation. Let's go follow those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll follow him.
All right, yeah, you head get into the elevator so you can get upstairs with Giz and Dinah. You make it up to the ballroom, and you get like before you even walk in, you can hear like a booming voice, like music playing, like there's a show going on. And you open the door and walk in and see a burst of like flames, pyrotechnics and sparks flying from the stage, and standing up there on stage is Lewis Lux.
What? Tarnation.
Looks like he's in his mid to late 40s, just like the last time any of you saw him 21 years ago.
He's just doing his show like nothing happened?
He's doing his show, yeah.
Is this like an impersonator?
I'll tell you, that's what the crowd thinks. You probably even hear some people by the door be like, I remember seeing Lux back in the day. It's the best impersonator I've ever seen.
All right, this is getting weird now. What's going on? She's just bringing people back to for what reason?
Well, every show needs opening acts.
Oh,
You know, I think you hit the nail on the head there, girlie.
okay. But the opening acts get to like leave, right?
I don't know.
I mean, if she does the act she was trying to do, it's literally an act to swallow the sun. Like the real sun, like the one in the sky. So, no, nobody gets to leave. We all die.
But you destroyed the box. Is that how you stop her?
Well, Lewis didn't come out of the box, did he?
He
All
come
right.
from.
Let's go ask him.
So he is moving around on stage. He's in his usual tuxedo, some kind of like brightly colored cummerbund top hat. Takes his hat off and pulls a dove out. Um, a
I
big
think his
spark
shtick was
spark
he wore
explosion.
all gold.
Did he? No, he
think
wore
so.
gold chains because he's
He
from
was
New
very much a
Jersey.
Yeah.
Jersey boy, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very much from Jersey.
That's right.
Established.
For his act, he's very traditional. Big guy, blonde, and yeah, like sparks go flying. He says, I hope you've enjoyed the show. We've got even better for you coming up tonight when the astonishing Antoinette appears again on this very stage to perform her final trick. Stay in your seats, ladies and gentlemen. We wouldn't want you to leave. And he snaps his fingers, and you hear like a clicking of locks to the doors behind you.
Ugh,
Well, this is bad.
this seems bad.
How,
Real bad.
The lights on the stage go dark. People kind of start chatting with each other. Or there's a round of applause, I should say. People enjoyed the show.
Can we rush backstage?
Yeah, the curtain closes.
Do we see Lewis back there at all?
Yeah, you rush back to the backstage door, go through, and he's back there. He's just kind of standing and like staring at the back wall by himself, just standing still.
Lewis?
Lewis?
Huh? Yeah?
Welcome back.
Do you remember us?
Is that Giz?
Yeah,
You,
it's me.
you look so old.
Why, you've been gone for 20 years, Barrett.
No.
well, what he means is you've been dead for 20 years.
What are you playing at? Is that Marie?
Hey, you remember what happened?
Yeah, you were helping me out. I called you to look into something.
Yeah. Then we
Oh
figured
yeah,
it out.
Annabelle, yeah. What?
Mhm. Then we came here. Then
And what?
drawing a blank, huh? You
You don't
took
remember anything before you got on that stage there, Louie?
I remember been here. Been waiting.
and you heard that voice, right?
I heard your voice.
From a
The
couple.
other voices.
Do you remember when you came back that one time?
What do you mean?
You had that whole auditorium full of people. You were trying to absorb them. Like you.
No. I don't remember that. I think I would remember that.
Uh, Lewis, was it?
Yeah.
Whose was it? Antoinette?
The astonishing Antoinette.
Who's the astonishing Antoinette? You just introduced her. Who is she?
She'll be here soon. You're gonna be amazed.
Did she tell you to say that?
Yes.
So you've not actually seen her act.
I know it's amazing.
I think he's gonna look at Marie and Giz and kind of have them walk a little away from him. Why is he like that? And Marie's not like that.
Well,
I've only
he's
been gone a year.
can't
So
imagine it's easy staying in one place for over 20 years.
everyone she brings back is gonna be like him. If she brings back more people,
Or
Possibly?
Or worse, I think I heard her over the year. I don't remember what she was saying. But if he's heard it for 2 decades, and anyone else for longer, I think she's gonna kind of look at Giz, and she has the idea that Blizzard might be next, but I don't think she can say it.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how to stop her. She's not a material thing right now.
No. But I mean, Lewis is here, not quite himself. Maybe, even though they are opening acts, maybe she's using them for something else. And he kind of looks at Marie. Marie, do you mind if I see if anything is in there? And he's kind of pointing to her head. He's basically asking if she'll allow him to do hypnosis to see if he can maybe determine if she's been told something or is like a sleeper cell.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
But if you find like my code words, you can't use it to make me do the dishes all the time.
No worries. We don't have a house. So let me go ahead and roll. Yeah, so I'm gonna do like I guess nobody's really watching because we're backstage, but it is gonna look very old school hypnosis. So very much like he's gonna pull out his cards, he's gonna shuffle them and tell her to keep her eyes on the cards. And he is going to kind of like give her kind of like words to think about as she goes into a deep trance. And he wants to try to figure out if she does have some sort of like command hidden within her that he can make her speak aloud that she's been like basically hypnotized to do. Like try to see if there's like a hypnosis behind the hypnosis he's doing that will make her do something he doesn't want her to do later. So it's going to be mind using magic.
Okay.
Oh, that's not great. Wait, the 0 is a 10, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
I added 10. Not great.
Let me tell you what you can do. Do you want to sacrifice a point of mind to make that work? It's not actually in the rules, but
Yeah.
okay. So move that point of mind over to magic, and you have to like press a little bit harder, and I think Marie repeats what she was told, which is there have to be 3. There are always 3. You are the first. You will announce that I'm coming. Then the other 2. Once you have announced that I am performing again, your job is done.
Okay.
Repeat that.
Nothing else in there.
So
She's all done.
No, there doesn't seem to be any like she doesn't have any more commands, any like secret anything. Her job is done. I think a thing kind of shakes loose for Marie is she remembers hearing this voice, this commanding female voice mentioning her son on the other side.
Giz?
Yep.
Did this Antoinette have a son?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, she sure did.
No, Giz totally didn't know that.
What? I didn't. Oh, that's right. Nope. Had no idea.
Nope,
Poor
sure
Giz. I
didn't.
think it's time for you to.
Yeah, I mean, no,
Sure
I
did.
mean, maybe.
Um, she. Oh, that's right. Because uh, Mark kept it secret. What was his name?
The not the husband, the guy that had that was the father,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Clyde.
Clyde.
Clyde. That's right. Clyde kept it a secret that he was actually her kid. Did
Okay.
she adopt the orphan girl though?
Oh yeah, I guess
Yeah.
that would be who you would think of as her kid, maybe.
Well,
Yeah.
she
And
sorta did.
she got away. Don't know what happened with her.
she had a ward who she treated as a daughter, kinda. I mean, as well as my parents treated me like their kid, I guess.
All right, Giz.
I mean,
Um.
Lewis has turned around again and is staring at the pile of rubble in the middle of the stage.
So if we're thinking that all of these people are told the same thing, perhaps yours was just lesser because you were only dead a year. But Lewis is basically a bit of a, I don't know, a kind of a zombie.
I guess he. I mean, 2 decades. What life do you have to go back to?
Yeah. What if she said that there were gonna be three? Maybe if we stop the third one from announcing her return, she can't return.
Is is there a way people use dark magic differently than we use our magic?
Well, yeah, it's to do a bunch of evil stuff. Like we we do some petty crimes here and there, but we don't like hurt nobody.
Yeah, but I mean, is she tapping into the same stuff we're tapping into? Like, is there a way we can block the next person from rising by like blocking whatever magic she's doing? If we can find out how it's happening.
I mean, there's a possibility, but I wasn't so good at the book learning thing, so I don't remember how to do the dark magic. So I don't really know how to stop it. I would
Okay.
imagine that dark doesn't like light, so maybe if we make it real bright in here.
Uh, maybe. Let's also think of some other options that we might be able to do. Um,
Ina starts seeming agitated. She's flicking her tail, hissing a little bit.
Oh, what is it, Dan? Can I use magic to ask Dinah what's wrong?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I never had you roll for that before, did I?
I think so. I've talked to
Yeah?
them before,
Yeah,
but
but
I
just we
I
didn't actually roll for it, I don't think. I think we just said that it
oh
happened. So yeah, I think you use the magic to talk to Dinah, and Dinah says, there's this other gators. Different gators.
other gators. Well, now who in tarnation is bringing other gators? I have been the only one doing that for a long ass time now. Who is bringing in gators?
You hear a bit of a ruckus, scraping, thumping, boards moving over on the other side of where Lewis is. where the broken pieces of the magic box are still laying there on the floor of backstage. And looking past him, you see two arms kind of come out of just the middle of the floor, right where this rubble is, pushing some boards aside, and start to pull up the rest of a figure. And the snout of a gator comes up alongside her, two front legs, and another gator coming up on the other side. And you see Queen Lizard pulling herself up out of the floor and the rubble, along with two alligators.
No, no, no,
Holy
no, no,
crap.
no, 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 now, honey, no, not you too.
Does she also look like she did when she died?
Yeah, she looks, I guess, also about 40. That's how old Giz was. I think
Yeah,
they're probably around the same age.
Oh, yes, I'm so sorry.
I'm imagining like platinum blonde hair. I don't know, Pan, if you have a picture of Blizzard in your mind.
yeah, no, she was glamorous. She was definitely blonde hair, blue eyed, a bombshell for sure. Does not belong with Gizzard by any stretch of the imagination. But they loved each other and gators.
Yeah. So she stands up, brushes herself off. I'm imagining like a jacket with fringe.
Yes, Dolly Parton, but magic Dolly Parton.
Magic Dolly Parton in the 80s.
Yes,
Amazing.
um, and doesn't glance uh, at Lewis, doesn't look in your direction at all, just walks toward the curtain, followed by these two gators, and pushes her way through. You can see the stage lights go up. You can hear applause from the audience on the other side.
no, 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 no. We have to stop her from announcing.
I mean, how do we do that?
Oh, I don't know. You're real good at convincing.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Um, I'm gonna walk out behind her, out onto the stage.
As you walk in that direction, Lewis steps in between you and the curtain. He's like, "Oh, no, 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 sorry. This show must go on." And you can hear on the
What?
other side, Blizzard talking to the crowd. Howdy, Wizard Springs, Wisconsin.
He's gonna just try to push him aside.
Okay. Give me a body roll for that.
That's not great.
No.
Body's only 4.
Ugh.
I got a 9.
Oh,
No.
yeah, not so good.
Bummer.
He pushes you down to the ground.
Ow.
Oh, well, I do not like that.
So,
All right, Dinah, sick 'em. She ain't got no teeth, but she's real heavy.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
it's true.
She still has good like jaw grip too.
Mhm.
I don't think alligators are really good at like jumping on other
No,
animals.
she's gonna more try and like barrel
Okay.
roll into him.
Are you doing magic for this, or are you just commanding
Well,
your pet?
yeah, a little bit, cause talking and having them understand me is my
Okay.
magic.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's like def. Okay, I was gonna say it's definitely in your specialty, but your specialty is pickpocketing,
It is.
not lizards.
Nope.
My specialty is lizards.
I don't think that's even an option.
Yet.
No, I'm great at training them though.
Yeah. Make a roll for it. I don't think it's going to be
Okay.
a sacrifice. It's
Am I rolling body or
Yeah, I think body makes sense.
Okay. Rolling D10. I got a 1.
All right.
Sweet.
Yeah, so he's standing over Ryse, who he's just knocked down, and then Dinah comes and knocks him off his feet, scrambles up on top of him, and are you just having her like hold him down?
Yeah, she's just gonna sit right down.
All right.
She's like, ooh, squishy. This is nice.
Can I, from backstage, like try to use magic to like steal Blizzard's voice?
Okay.
Or like
Ooh.
mute her or silence her or something?
I like that. Not really like stage magic. It seems complicated. I think that'll be like a 1 point sacrifice. It's
Okay.
not really within your specialty.
No.
You can, I mean, you always could roll your magic trait. Now your magic's at 5, so that might
My
actually
magic's at
be
7.
7, yeah. So that might actually be the way to go. Um, keeping in mind using magic, the magic is effortless but unpredictable and strange.
Well, I mean that feels appropriate for this circumstance. That's a 3.
All right. And you'll still move a point from either mind or body into magic for the sacrifice. You can choose
Oh
which one.
no. Let's balance those out again and take it for mind. I am not okay, everybody.
Yeah, so I think, yeah, you could still hear her voice talking, playing up the crowd, introducing her tricks that she's going to do with the weird alligators that are not real alligators, and then she just goes silent.
And I think backstage it's a little bit eerie because like Marie has just seen Ryse get knocked down, watched the alligator fall over Lewis, and then she just kind of like turns and looks at where Blizzard would be on the other side of the curtain, kind of like tilts her head and just like puts her finger to her lips.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all you really see back there. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah. And it just feels like natural.
So Blizzard is silent now.
Blizzard is silent.
Okay.
And Lewis is being held.
He's like, hey, get this thing off of me. Can't let
Now
you
you
stop
stay,
from-"
Dinah. Stay. And then Giz wants to go out on stage and pretend like it's the magic act of old, and he's gonna look at Blizz and just be like, honey, I love you, but them gators, they always loved me more. And he's gonna whistle and call, Jetson, Jasper, get over here. Try and convince the Crocs, the magic Crocs, to come over to him.
All right. I like this. Backstage, Lewis is still just struggling under the weight of this gigantic alligator. Give me a body roll, I think, for your
Okay.
commanding these gators.
Ooh, it's a 7, which is exactly my body roll.
Okay. They come to you. So when you get exactly your roll, you succeed with a negative consequence. So I think they come at you aggressively.
Oh,
Like they start just making like, I don't know what they were doing on stage. They kind of like circle around Blizzard and start like just waddling towards you the way an alligator would, and then they start moving a little bit faster and open the jaws, and you definitely recognize aggressive behavior of an alligator when you see it.
well, I think this show has run its course, and I'm gonna run off stage.
I think also like when you walked out, like there was a big round of applause as well. The audience is eating this up.
Oh. Oh, well, that might change my reaction.
Like real Gizzard coming out and performing with the impersonator of Blizzard. Good stuff.
Good stuff. Um, then if they're coming at me aggressively, I'm gonna take out of my pocket 2 burgers that I had for Dinah
Ew.
and toss them at their noses before they
Okay.
get to me. Make them
Uh,
catch them
okay.
as if they were like fish in the air.
This is just what you're doing? It's not magic or anything?
No, this seems more like training lizards. Less less magic, more here is food, don't eat me.
Okay. They completely ignore the burgers and keep coming at you. And
Ah,
I
dang
think
it.
Blizzard is looking kind of annoyed, giving you like a glare that you probably know very well.
I think Ryse is up off the floor and runs out. And I don't know if he can hypnotize animals, but he can try. So he's also
Yeah.
going to come out kind of like he's part of the show as well. So he's going to like come out with the curtains flying behind him, and he's going to step in front of Giz and the alligators and look them both dead in the eye and just say, now, be good. And he just wants them to kind of stop in their tracks.
Okay.
All
Uh,
right.
yes, I mean, I think it's definitely possible for you to hypnotize animals. I think you're going to. So, one, these are like magic alligators. So,
Mhm.
I think it's a little harder than it would be if they were real alligators. I'm gonna have you do a 1 point sacrifice for that and roll.
Okay.
I'm assuming mind.
Oh boy, mine's getting lower and lower.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a 4.
Yeah, they're you can see like that look in their eyes, like some version of what a human would how a human would look at you if they're hypnotized, and they stop and just stare at you.
Okay, I'm gonna like try to back up, like backing up with Giz to like get out of their line of sight. Like, all right,
Okay.
Giz, let's we'll figure something out, but we gotta not get eaten alive by gators.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. And I'm gonna scoot out from behind him and head to Blizzard.
Okay.
Giz,
Well, this might be the last chance I ever get to see my wife, so, dear Miss Blizz, will you do the honor of a courtly dance with your king? I'm just gonna like make her dance with me if I can.
Okay. Is there any chance this is something that you did in your act?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And like this was one of the like sort of like dexterous quick movement tricks we would do. Like we would like spin around in the dance and each spin would like make our clothes a different color or make a pyro effect or like something like that. Like it was always like a quick like here's 5 cool things right in a row type
All right.
thing.
Yeah, so I think when you walk up to her, she still looks annoyed. She still looks a little frustrated with you. And then she softens a little bit and looks sad. And then she'll take your hand and start this dance. Even without really using your magic, the changes happen, and you're not wearing the costume, you don't have the pyrotechnics set up, but all of the effects still go off the way they would.
I think when I get to the end of the dance, I'm gonna give her a kiss on the cheek and a kiss on the hand, and then say I love you, Bliss, but this world isn't for us anymore, and I'm gonna will her away with
Oh,
magic, I think.
okay. Oh, that's sad. She still has that kind of soft, sad look in her eye, and she can't say anything, but she nods. And
I'm gonna blow
what?
some pixie dust at her and
Okay.
roll some magic.
Yeah,
See
I
if I
think this,
can.
like, you've done the dance. It seems like this is part of your act. It could seem like part of your act. Do the roll. No sacrifice.
You sure?
Yeah.
Seems like big magic.
No, I think she wants to go back.
Okay. I rolled a 4, which is my magic score.
Okay. Oh, you were rolling with magic.
Yep.
Okay.
Because this isn't like wishing away a spirit doesn't seem like any of my normal shtick.
Yeah. So she has that moment of like connection looking in your eye, and then she turns and bows to the audience, and people clap, people cheer, and then she just kind of fades, and the dust falls, and she is gone. And the alligators disappear as well, and the applause gets louder, goes on. They're cheering for Gizzard now.
That was the last the king saw of his queen.
Reese will come up and give you kind of one armed hug.
Thanks, son. Hopefully she got out of this hotel finally.
And Reese, give me a mind roll.
Oh, one.
As you're hugging Giz, you glance across the crowd and you see some people standing up and clapping, lots of excited faces, and all the way at the back of the room, you can see your old friend Marcus, the general manager of the hotel, Marcus Williams, just standing there at the back of the room, watching, not clapping, looks at his watch.
He's gonna kind of give him like a wave of like, hey, to see if he waves back or notices him.
He gives like a just kind of half wiggle of the fingers in your direction.
I think Reese will announce, okay, folks, that's the end of the show, I think. Thinking that they, stopped the third one.
You can hear Lewis's voice from behind the curtain. There's one more act.
I
Come
think
on, Lewis.
I think Marie was kind of just standing watching Blizz go away, having complicated feelings about it.
Mm-hmm.
But then when Lewis says something, I think she just kind of like goes over and just like puts her hand on his mouth. It's just, you never did know when to shut up.
True.
He'll escort Giz backstage. Did we do it?
I don't know. We did something.
Lewis doesn't seem convinced.
Lewis, is there still a performance happening?
I'll move my hand off his mouth.
You can't stop her.
Great.
Put my hand back on his mouth. What does he know?
Why don't we just leave?
If she does the magic act, it won't matter if we leave. The whole world will die.
How did you stop her the first time?
Well, it wasn't just me. It was a bunch of magic users.
More or
Okay.
less than 3.
I think it was more than 3. But I wasn't very good at this magic stuff back then. And we stuffed her into that box and made it disappear.
Well, you destroyed the box.
Yeah.
What if we burn the box?
Well, that could be a try. I mean, Liz came out of the floor right there where the box is. Box
Was that
remains are.
was
What if
that
we
where
just
the
burn the
box?
whole place?
Okay, yeah, that's an option. But was that where the box was when you put her into it and banished her?
Was it?
Approximately.
Just about.
Okay, what if we
This
burn the box
stage, anyway.
and burn the stage and burn everything, but she still like pops out of the ashes?
Ugh.
Can I kind of like reach out to all the tingly magic that I feel and see if I can like see if like that really commanding presence is in that area or anywhere around?
Yeah, roll your magic.
Okay. That's a 1.
All right.
Oh, these dice learned their lesson after last game. They had a timeout.
She is everywhere. She's all around. She's in the walls. She's in the floor. She's throughout this place.
Oh, yeah, the box isn't gonna. She's the hotel. Can I tell if she's like beyond the hotel? Like, is she in the ground? Is she in the air?
She's just in the hotel.
We might have to burn the whole hotel. I think Marcus would be really pissed.
Well, now that you've said his name, he was at the back of this performance, and he didn't seem, now that I think about it, too confused or upset that Blizzard came out. He was just kind of looking at his watch.
Looking at his watch like he was bored or like he was waiting for the final event?
It looked like he was waiting for something. I don't know exactly what he was waiting for.
Maybe we should go have a chitty chat with the young man.
You get this alligator off of me.
Shush.
She's quite comfortable.
Are you gonna keep being a jackass if we do?
Don't stand in the way of the show, and I don't have to stop you.
Oh, you can't stop us.
Yeah, it does seem that way.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll leave him on top of you then.
Yeah, Dinah is very comfortable.
All right, so you're
Let's
going to
talk to Marcus.
you're going to Marcus. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think since I died, my lifelong ban at staying at this hotel is not in effect anymore?
Mm, I don't
I
know
feel
about
like
that.
that dying is a redo on most things.
Right? Like,
Mm,
At least
I
you should
wouldn't
get a
count on it.
discount or something.
that's true.
Let's just see if Marcus is up to talking about
You
this.
should probably take the lead on that. I think he's
Mhm.
probably still mad at me about last year and all of the years before that.
Would I am I still good with Marcus? Because didn't person he hired run my wife off a roof or something?
We're not sure if it was Margaret.
No,
Okay.
we, yeah, that I think she died under mysterious circumstances somewhat. She was forbidden from getting a room at the hotel again by the assistant and possibly the magician whose room she stole or had stolen several years in a row might have been responsible, but we don't know.
Okay, okay.
We do know that gravity is the main culprit.
Yes.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll we'll go and find Marcus. If he's still in the room, we'll just go up to him.
Yeah. And like further to your question, I guess it's up to you whether or not you were still good with him for banning your wife like right before she died.
Yeah, I think he's fine with that.
Yeah.
It's reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
He probably felt really bad about it.
That honestly might be where half of our money went.
Yeah, paying for all the rooms.
Um, yeah, so he's standing there at the back of the room. You announced that that was the end of the show, but people haven't really left. People are still lingering about at their tables. It's not super late yet, so it's not like the time that the shows would normally be over. And even if it is, they would sit around and chat with each other more. But he is standing there by himself at the back of the room,
The
just
door's
leaning
still
against the wall.
locked.
Doors are closed.
Hmm. Giz is gonna check and see if one is locked.
It's locked.
Dang it.
Mm. I'll approach Marcus. Hey, Marcus?
Hi, Reese.
Waiting on something?
Final act. DeMarcus is now in his mid 60s. Kind of a paunchy older man, receding hairline. Uh, Time hasn't been super kind to him. It's pretty well wrinkled and worn. He's got some glasses that he's wearing. His suit that he wears as manager of the hotel isn't quite up to date anymore. He looks at his watch again.
You look good.
Uh, what? What? Why would you be waiting for another act? That's definitely the whole show.
No, we were promised one more act.
Let me
Haven't
guess.
seen her in a long time.
Now, how do you know about her?
I was young, but she makes an impression.
Do
I
I
was told there's
recognize Marcus at all?
I mean, he was a 7-year-old kid last time you saw him.
mm,
Well, honestly, the last time you saw him has been like every year for the past, I don't know how many years. So I don't think you would pick him out as being the 7-year-old who hung out with you in 1964.
Hmm.
is he do I know if he's referring to what Lewis just said? Or does it seem like he knows who's supposed to be here, regardless of whether Lewis had said it or not?
It seems like he knows, like it's someone he's familiar with.
Okay. I'm gonna wait for him to look back up from his watch
Mhm.
so that I can look him in the eye, and I want to try to hypnotize him.
Okay. What do you want out of this? I mean, you can definitely hypnotize him.
I want to know not really everything he knows, but like I basically want to know what we're missing. So maybe I want him to tell me if she comes back, if he knows she comes back, does he know, does everyone else know, him and Lewis, understand what she's gonna do in her act with like swallowing the sun? And is he okay with that?
Okay. Are you using the cards to hypnotize him?
I think so, yeah. That's kind of my shtick.
Okay. As you're kind of moving and shuffling the cards through your hands in front of his eyes, you see an old familiar sight on the back of the cards. They start to the shapes kind of wiggle and move, and words appear. And it seems like you're getting responses from Marcus through the cards. And it says, I saw her act once, or the start of it. It was amazing. It was beautiful. The most amazing thing I'd ever seen. I didn't know then who she was, really, but I found out in time. We've been working toward this for a long time.
Oh, Marcus. Who's we?
Mother and I, he says out loud.
Uh, he'll stop shuffling his cards. He kind of looks slowly over at Giz. Um, Giz.
He says, I'm sorry about your wives. It had to be done.
He's gonna snap back over at him. Well, I mean, my wife's fine, actually. So.
She is now. That's good. He kind of cranes his
What?
neck and looks back at Marie and says, sorry about all of that. And Marie, you remember seeing him before you fell off the building.
You son.
Oh,
You son. You're. Did you kill Lewis too?
He nods, kind of solemnly.
And Liz?
Nods.
How many people have you killed?
well, you son of a bitch. And I'm definitely gonna try and punch the shit out of his face.
Okay. Yeah, give me that old body roll.
Had old body roll.
Oh, it's a 7. That's my body score exactly.
Oh, I think there's a lot of like creaking and cracking throughout Gizzard.
I threw
But
it on my back.
but you hit him. You hit him good. And he like you hit him, he hits the wall, slides down, like wipes a drip of blood from his lip.
Oh, all right, Giz. All right. And
Ah,
I'll
when I can straighten out my back, I'm gonna give you more where that came from. You son of a bitch.
I'll pick Marcus up from the lapel and kind of drag him back up the wall so that he's kind of standing, and I'm kind of holding him. And then I'm gonna punch him.
Yay!
I don't have a great body though, so maybe instead of punching him, I'll just like grab him from his lapel, bring him forward, and like slam him back on the wall.
Okay.
So maybe that'll be a little bit easier. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, I
Nope.
feel like well, what's the roll? No matter what you do, you're still I mean, he's like completely defenseless,
Okay.
so
Okay.
what did
Well,
you
we'll
roll?
say I'm not trying to hurt. A 9.
Okay.
Ridiculous. I'm just trying to, because I am also angry now that I found out that he killed my wife as well.
Yeah.
but I'd like to get like more information out of him.
Yeah, so I think you like slam him into the wall, but it's not as hard as you wanted it to be.
Marcus, you clearly started all of this or have been working towards this for a long time. If you could have planned a contingency if someone were to try to thwart your plans, what would that have been?
I don't think you can now. It didn't work
Uh,
the other two times because you stopped it, but I think we've done it better now. It's bigger than me. You have to understand it's bigger than any of us.
Hypothetically, what could stop her? Totally hypothetically.
I think I'd tell you if there was something.
I'll let him go and I'll start shuffling my cards. Tell me what could stop her. And I'll try to hypnotize him again.
Okay. Give me a roll for that.
7.
What were you aiming for? 7?
5.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think he is just staring at you, and you see his eyes shift toward the stage, and the lights go down, the stage lights come up again, and he says, "She's here."
Well, fuck.
Does Giz actually remember how they stopped her the first time? Like fully remember exactly what everybody did?
Ooh, that might be a tall order.
That, yeah.
As I recall from that session of For the Queen, it was a bunch of magicians up there all doing like magician stuff, like pulling stuff out of their sleeves and like uh, doing like misdirection moves, and it really looked like a magic show. So I don't know if he can
We
remember
also kind of
exactly.
left it up to interpretation. We kind of
Yeah,
like cut around it.
right. There was
Okay.
He
Then
probably definitely remembers that there was one like lead magician who was in charge, and then the others were kind of backup. But they were doing a little like magic performance on stage. Like it all could have passed off as just a big magical performance. Aside from, I think, uh, somebody would like set stuff on fire,
I believe that was
and
Penny.
yeah, that was
Mhm.
Penny like summoned fire, and there was like a whole big tussle going on.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna look at Giz and Marie. Well, it it's now or never. We kind of have one or maybe two options, depending. I don't know, but perhaps we could look around this room and see if anyone here are actually using magic and try to rope them in, or we can try to just, go Julius Caesar with it, get a couple of knives, and just go at it. I
Well,
don't have any other options.
I think
Well,
it's time to raise our brethren to fight evil.
wait, what? What brethren?
Well, I mean, we are at a magician's convention.
Right,
We didn't know we could do magic when we first started.
right. Maybe
Well,
there's
some
there's
of
a
us
bunch of
didn't
people
know
in here
that.
that can do magic.
Yeah, some of us didn't know that everyone couldn't do magic. She looks very, very
And
fondly at her husband.
I I don't know if I can look around and kind of see if I'd be able to tell if anyone in this room has actual magic or not.
is there anything forming on stage? Like, is it starting?
Right now, I think in this very moment, like the spotlights have come on, and it's like a dramatic moment before it seems like she'll come out between the curtains, or the curtains will part and she'll be there.
Turn the spotlight off.
So the question of can you tell if anyone in the crowd has connection with magic like you do? I think one of the three of you is more connected to magic than the others, and
Is it
maybe
me?
yeah,
With my
maybe
8.
that would be the place where someone could actually figure that out.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she will turn to Ryse and be like, the show can't go on if there's no one lighting it, so maybe cut the spotlight and I'll see if I can find us some help.
Okay. He's gonna go and cut the spotlight.
Okay.
And I will try to find real magician.
Where would the controls for a spotlight be in a ballroom?
At the spotlight itself.
Like at the ceiling?
Like, so normally it would be at the very back of the room, and the spotlight would be like on a platform,
Okay.
like so that it's above the audience.
Got it. Thank you for your expertise. So you are near the spotlight then, I guess. So you can go and try to turn it off. Let's get a magic roll from Marie.
It's a 7.
Out of 8?
I have out of 8. It was
Oh,
very
okay.
close.
Yeah. I think you can definitely sense the magic all around, and it like circles around people, but it doesn't intersect with them the way that it does with Giz and with Ryse. It's there. It's like they could reach out and touch it, but they don't know how to. So there isn't anyone who's really like connected to it like that, but there is a lot of magic around.
Try and pull the magic away from the stage
Okay, that's interesting.
so she can't have it.
Okay. So for Ryse, there's a platform apparently with controls for the spotlight. What are you doing?
Pushing all of the controls. He doesn't know how to work this stuff.
Just pushing buttons randomly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It turns red, it turns green, it turns
Yeah.
yellow.
He's just dropping gels into the light on accident.
Yeah, I think eventually you'll like hit on what turns it off, but in the meantime, the curtain does indeed open and out steps a very glamorous looking woman, white hair, sparkling gown, gloves on, very dramatic, like striking a pose in the curtains, and just stage voice speaks to the audience. Hello, everyone. It's been such a long time, but finally the astonishing. Oh, wait, what the hell was her name? The astonishing Antoinette is making a triumphant return. There's applause from the crowd. I don't think anybody has any idea who she is, but there's been so much build up that they're excited. And she is very charismatic. What's Giz doing? Definitely like 100% recognize this woman.
Yep, yep. Well, I was gonna give a rousing speech, but she stepped out on stage, so um oh, I'm gonna go up on stage and whistle for Dinah to come
Okay.
through the curtains. Hopefully on top of or into the queen, astonishing Antoinette, making her slimy in some capacity.
Okay. So you're starting to walk towards the stage.
And I'm
I think
whistling for Dinah.
Ryse, you hit the button that turns the lights off. Up on the stage, Antoinette snaps and the light turns back on, and your controls aren't doing anything anymore. Marie, you're trying to pull all of the magic away. And I get at this point, once she's out there, you can definitely sense that it's probably obvious, but she has that connection. She is definitely moving the currents of magic around. Let's let's do a magic roll. See what you can do with that.
Okay. That is an 8.
Ooh,
So
right
I
on.
met it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so yeah, this kind of like wave of magic crashes into you. The energy flows through you like it's intoxicating. It's like numbing, tingling, everything all at once. And Antoinette turns and looks directly at you. Says to the crowd, "It appears as though we have another act taking place at the back of the room." And eyes turn towards you. And yeah, Giz, you're calling for the lizard. Are you doing magic here?
Yeah. Uh, this is we're here. We're on the Hail Mary part of this
Yeah.
episode, so all the magic all the time.
So what's your goal? You want Dinah to crash through the curtains
I want
and
I want Dinah to crash through the curtains and upset the queen's like hold over this crowd, make her look a fool instead of somebody to be revered.
okay.
She's just a clown.
All right. I like it. Let's do a 1 point sacrifice for that. She's not a clown.
What
And
what am I rolling?
what do you want to roll?
Well, this is a physical action on
Mhm.
Dinah's part.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
it's
it
kind of
is
like
loud and forceful.
mhm.
So I guess I'd like to roll body.
Yeah, you can also roll magic. I know you're getting up there. I don't know which one you want to do, but
Nah, still body, I think.
okay.
Yeah. Because you didn't have me sacrifice anything. So
No.
still
Yeah.
at the same point values.
Okay.
All right. Rolling body. Here we go. Ooh, a 1.
All right.
That means I succeed.
Yeah. So, yeah, the you're hobbling up toward the stage, and make sure you move that point. You're hobbling up toward the stage, whistling. Dinah comes crashing through the curtains. I think like kind of the same thing that she did to Lewis. She knocks Antoinette off her feet. Antoinette's definitely distracted, looking toward the back of the room, and falls. Definitely looks foolish. And she, from the ground, says, "Perhaps this new performer would like to have a hand at doing my famous classic trick. Do you think you're up for swallowing the sun, illusionista?" And she like makes some movements with her hands, and Marie Bell, you see this ball of fire appear above you, and it's like a sun that's size of like a soccer ball floating in the air above you, and you feel just compelled to follow through with her classic trick of swallowing the sun. All of this energy inside of you just wants to do this, wants to make it happen.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
And
Is
also
this a thing?
Marcus rushes up toward the stage to help his mother as well.
It's getting real sick of you. Is this a thing that I could like how compelled is it? Like, do I forget that I didn't want this to happen 30 seconds ago?
I think it's more of like an existential conflict. You know that you wanted it to not happen 30 seconds ago, but something in you really also wants it to happen.
Okay, so me after like half a pint of Ben and Jerry's wanting to finish it. I got you.
Exactly.
Uh
I didn't want to say it.
it's
I
fair.
understand this urge so hard.
Been there. I think what I would like to try and do is grab the sun
Mhm.
and I would like to try and do my own trick with it instead of swallowing it.
Okay. I think you're going to need help to not do
Probably.
the thing.
If Ryse is done with what he's doing, he's gonna run back down there, and
Yeah,
hopefully he
basically
can.
the light board just stopped working for you entirely, so you
Okay.
are done.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm now running back down, and if I can catch what's going on in this situation, I will run up to help Marie.
Yeah, and she's not that far away from you. She's still at the back of the room. So what are you going to do? I think you can feel the heat also of this thing that's up above her.
Oh.
Like
I think
I'm
I'll
definitely
take my
reaching
card.
for it.
Oh,
I
okay.
think I'll take my cards out. Um, and I'll just be like, Marie, to like get your attention for a second so that you look at me for a moment so that you can feel the hypnotic pull of my cards. And what do I want to do? I think I'll say I'll make this into again like I'm a part of the trick, and um I'll try to give a hypnotic suggestion that she should do a better trick.
Okay.
Yeah, like when the queen is like telling her to try and do her old trick, I think I'll come up, flash my cards, start shuffling, and just go, that old thing, my wife can do way better.
Like it. You are like facing up against something pretty powerful. Mainly the just magic that is inside of Marie right now. So I think I'll ask for a sacrifice there of 1 point, and you can roll.
All right. Oh, one.
All
Hey,
right.
Yes.
Yes.
the power of love.
I was lucky.
The power of love.
The power of love.
Back on the stage, Marcus is running up the stairs on one side. I think that Giz is at the stairs on the other. The alligator is menacing Antoinette, who's kind of getting up off the ground, still trying to maintain her composure, still smiling, definite malice in her eyes. And Marcus is going to run up and try to get between the alligator and his mom. What's Giz doing in this moment?
I'm gonna walk to center stage and put on my best King Gizzard the Lizard Wizard show.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, I am King Gizzard the Lizard Wizard. And this young lady, Marie, back here, she's gonna do the greatest trick of the century, saving the goddamn world. But she can't do it alone. The magic lives in all of us. Believe in the power of magic and our amazing talents as magicians, and feed her with the power to save the world. And I'm gonna clap my hands, and me and the alligator are gonna do a dance together, almost exactly like the one that me and Blizz did.
Oh, amazing.
Love that.
This is a serious trick.
Yes.
That's a complicated one. I think that's gonna be another sacrifice.
Yep.
What are you rolling with?
I'm gonna do body.
Okay. What's your body at now? Is it just 6
It's
now?
6 now.
All right. That's not so bad.
Not so bad. Okay, here we go. Rolling body. Oh no! I rolled
Oh,
a
no.
10.
Ooh.
No.
Yeah. So here's what happens as Marie is still kind of gaining composure back in the back of the room. You set this all up, you get ready, and Dinah is kind of starting to walk towards you. And just in a split second, Antoinette is right there instead. And she takes your hand and like dips you. And she
Yeah.
says, "Oh, Robert, so theatrical. I didn't recognize your talent when you were younger. Don't make that mistake again." And she gives you a little spin, and you kind of stumble back toward the side of the stage. Marcus is is like kind of blocking the alligator now, kind of standing in between. And she walks toward the front of the stage again and says, "Illusionista, we're all waiting. Are you going to do my trick? We'd make quite a duo, wouldn't we, Marie and Antoinette?" And what does Marie do?
So has at least Ryse's help been enough to kind of
Yeah,
convince me that okay.
yeah. I think it takes a moment, but you can, like, yeah, do what you want to do.
So I think she is going to laugh at the Marie Antoinette thing because I didn't even realize that until just now. And she's gonna laugh. She's gonna try and reach up, grab the sun, and
Mhm.
sort of like shrink it between her hands, and then start to do that crystal ball trick from the labyrinth where he's just like moving it around a lot, and it's, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
the
Yeah, like that
hand
weird,
weavy thing.
yeah, the hand weavy thing. And she's gonna be laughing. She's like, "Oh, you want me to do your old trick? Didn't you get the news? Didn't you hear Giz? This is about the new crowd. Pretty soon, people will say the name Antoinette, and they're just gonna whisper who. It's about these guys now." And she's gonna like throw the ball at the spotlight and kind of like have it do a starburst and try to like sprinkle out over all the little baby magicians.
Oh, okay. Trying to like give them the power.
Yeah.
All right. I like it. This also seems like very stage magic. So
Yeah.
I think give it a roll, but no sacrifice.
It's another 8.
You know what? I was about to say, it's sleight of hand also. That's your specialty.
Huh.
I think it just happens. I think it just works.
Cool. Because that would have been an
Yeah.
unfortunate outcome.
And I was totally saying that before you said that you got an 8, so it's legit.
I'll be slower rolling next time.
Yeah, this shower of sparks and glitter falls over the audience, and the audience is like eating it up. They're loving this performance, this kind of back and forth. They probably haven't seen, well, they certainly haven't seen Illusionista perform in at least a year. But like they don't know exactly what's going on, but it's good. And you can see like this connection form where the magic is flowing at least a little bit. It's making contact with the people in the crowd.
What is Antoinette doing now?
I think she looks bemused, like she's got a little half smile, a little like skeptical glare in her eyes, and she's like, it was decent, but let me show it to you my way.
Can Giz do something now?
Mhm.
Alright. Before she's able to do something, I'm gonna do my sleight of hand trick with the lighter that I had on my person.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna try and light her robes on fire.
All
As
right.
much fire as possible. Just be like, my name is King Gizzard. I ain't
Nice.
no Robert.
Cool. Magic too, or just like literally setting her on fire?
I want to set her on literal fire, but like, I want to make sure it sticks
Okay.
too. Like,
Yeah.
I want it to completely consume and obliterate this person, not like a normal fire would do.
Cool. Roll it.
All right, I'm rolling magic then.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, here we go. Oh, yes, a 4.
All right.
My magic is a 6 now, so
As you're like walking toward her, walking up behind her, saying that, she turns, just like turns over her shoulder and looks at you and says, "Robert, don't worry. One day you'll die." And then you set her on fire. So
but that day is not today, bitch.
her sparkly gown is up in flames. She seems not she's not reacting like a person normally would when they're on fire, but she seems angry. Very, very angry at all of this. What are Marie and Ryse doing?
I think if Reese thinks she's gonna try to make a run for it or put herself out, I think he's going to take his cards out again,
Okay.
and try to hypnotize her.
She's not making a run for it. And I'll say for
Okay.
Marie, from the thing that you just did, like all of these magicians or many of these magicians now do have access to magic, but they don't know what to do or like that there is anything that needs to be done. So just to like tack that on to the thing that you were originally thinking. Yeah, she's still
I
just there on the stage.
yeah, I think I'm gonna lean into Reese and be like, I don't normally encourage your mass hypnosis of people, unwillingly. But if you could get all of these guys to focus on that fire, I bet we can turn her to ash real quick.
Oh, okay. So he'll change his direction, and he'll yell out at everybody. Here we have a perfect target. Time to practice. We'll start with fire magic.
So another mass hypnosis. I think we'll do another sacrifice there and have you roll. You know what? Let's just roll. No
Okay.
sacrifice.
One again.
Nice.
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 All right. Yeah. I mean, again, the crowd are like loving this show, so there's like applause going on. People are like uh chattering to each other about how like strange this performance is, and then they kind of they snap to attention looking at Ryse, and it's not the whole crowd that gets up, but a lot of the magicians who are here stand and turn toward the stage, and some of them like make movements with their hands. Some of them like reach into a sleeve and pull out a playing card or take off their hat, or they do various different things. But you can see Antoinette's eyes like widen as the fire gets brighter, and like it's not even spreading, it's not becoming bigger, it's becoming hotter, more intense. Like it goes white, it goes blue, and uh, after a few minutes of this, she's still just standing center stage, eyes wide, terrified, and then there's a like poof, and the fire bursts and vanishes, and she is gone.
Well, it's been absolutely horrible. Goodbye, astonishing Antoinette.
And thunderous applause from the audience, and the magicians who are standing are confused, to say the least. I think Marie
Oh.
probably like drops to her knees after all of that, like that wave of magic rushes away from her.
Oh, I
I'll
need
go
another
to her
drink.
side.
Or like 10 more drinks.
Thank you all for coming to King Gizzard, the Lizard Wizard's School of Magic. Give a big hand to the Illusionista and Hypno Man.
Sure.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
of course, Dinah, who's the real star of the show. Give him a bow, Dinah.
You look over at Dinah, who's like halfway peeking out from underneath the curtain. Marcus is still standing near her, looking like horrified and startled, and he turns and starts running away. And Dinah gives a big dino, or not dino, an alligator smile at the audience, and more applause.
Can I try and freeze that bastard in place?
Yeah. Yeah, you can. We'll just say you can do it.
Good, because I haven't hit him yet.
That's the goal?
Definitely deserves
That's the
another
goal.
punch in the face.
All right, let's get a shot of everybody punching him one more time, and then we can cut to the bar. How's everybody doing?
Marie's just like leaning heavily against Ryse.
Well, you can't say it was a boring convention this year.
I mean,
No?
honestly, it went better for me than last year.
I'm so glad you still have a sense of humor.
Well, you can't kill that.
Yes, thank you. That's yes.
You're welcome.
You know, we never all ever did a show together before.
It was our magical debut. We should do a whole show.
I
Yeah.
mean, can we top that one?
Well,
Mm, I think so. We have to give ourselves a name, though.
like the Avengers.
Mm-hmm. But not the Avengers,
Oh,
obviously. Right. Because that's already taken.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it needs to be Dinah and the Magicians, right?
she is a star. Aren't you, Dinah? You're just the biggest star.
What about The Incredibles.
That's a good one. You know,
Hmm.
I can see it.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that one hasn't been taken yet.
Yeah.
The camera shifts over to Lewis Lux, who's sitting in the booth with you, looking like shell-shocked, staring into his drink. He says, "That's ridiculous. It's Dinah and the dealers."
Oh,
That's not
that's
bad.
good.
I do have cards.
And I do have a side business of dealing in
Nope.
reptiles. Oh.
I think when he's like, I have a side business of dealing. Ryse puts both her hands like on Reese's ears, like, no, you don't.
Wanna go, wanna go.